Hello everybody, welcome to this session. In this session I'm recording on trial basis. There are some Python tutorials and lectures. Okay, so in the first place I will be using the Jupyter notebook to illustrate the concepts of Python language basics. So Python language basics. So whenever you are learning any programming language, so you need to know the language syntax. For example, how the comments are written. This hash is for comments. In Python, the hash line is used for comments. That means it is not part of the executable program. Then we will be learning about as a language basics how to declare variables, then the data types. Then we'll be learning about some fundamental data structures, the inbuilt data structures that the language supports. And then we'll be doing some control structures like control structures, like how to use if else, if then, for, while, and how to use something like switch. These statements, whether they are supported or not. And in some advanced topics of language basics, we'll be learning how to write from input input data, how to input a data, and so on. With these things, we'll begin learning about the basics. Okay. So in the Jupyter network, as a sample program, so let me execute a simple program of inputting your name and printing that name. Okay, let us write some program to input the name, to ask for the name. So before telling you about anything about variables and data types and all, I'll just write a specimen code using Python and try to use that program to demonstrate certain concepts. Okay, for example, suppose if I want to input a number, x is equal to, okay, so what I should say, input that number. But if you want to prompt the user that you enter that number, then what I'll do, print enter a number, I'll ask. So double quote, enter a number. Whatever you write inside the double quote, enter a number, I'll say. So this is the prompt to the user. So he will enter a number. Now this number is to be read somewhere in some variable. X is equal to input that number. So that number, whatever he types, it will be entering it as a x. Okay, then you can ask print second number, enter second number. So he will enter the second number, and then you take that number into some variable y is equal to input. So two numbers you have taken in, x and y. So I just want to display that number, so I'll say print, so what, your first number was, and here you have to bring what was that number. So to bring that number, I'll use something like this. Okay, and your second number was here, it will come. So double quote. So this is what is a formatting actually. So you can bring the numbers here. So what is the order of that number is this: f, that number x, or you can bring it as x, and bring that in that order. So x comma y, without mentioning any formatting at string. So these two numbers will be brought there. Okay. So this is the objective of this program. Let us run this program in the Jupyter. To run this, shift enter you do. So what it is asking, enter a number. So 67 I will do. Entered. Print. Well, there is a capital print, so because of that it is giving the error. So let me execute the same cell, go to the same cell and correct that. Here I will go, and this is print. Again I will execute the same shell, enter, shift. So it is again I can enter a number. So let me enter 67, the same whole number. So it is asking enter the second number. So let me extend 21. Okay. Then I will enter. You first entered number was this. Number was this x comma y, 67 and 21. But I wanted it to take in this position. Your first number was here. I must get it. What I am expecting is the number should come in that square bracket position. So why it is not coming, let us see. So the syntax of using the formatting probably we have missed. So what we'll do is I think f dot x. So I don't know, I don't remember that. Format f dot x. So let us see in the W3 schools how the formatting is done. So I'll go to no internet, but still my Jupyter notebook is working because I have already installed on my Jupyter. Home broadband, connect. So I have forgotten how to use the formatting of the string. So I'm going to W3 schools to check how to use the formatting. Python. Just now the net has started, so it is a bit slow. So I will go here. Okay, so formatting, where is the formatting? So let us see, sets, tuples, beans, formatting tutorials, introducing markers, subset, scatter. I have read all these things, but formatting should come in the beginning. So let us see. Boolean function, data types, variables, syntax, casting strings, Boolean operators, list, tuples, sets, dictionaries, if else, while, for loops, functions, arrays, lambda, inheritance, and iterators, modules, maths, accept users. Input output is there somewhere. There is math plot, lib, red started, deviation plot, decision tree. All these things I have read, but reading in a sequence doesn't help. So you should keep working on those things. So let me ask, getting started by plot and user input. Let us see a user input. So user input, raw input is there, enter plus username. So formatting may be there after this. Yes, format is there. So he has done format, whatever variable is there, x dot format, and that you have to bring. Okay. So let me try that in the Jupyter. So here it is there. What I must do is, for this variable I want to bring some value, x dot format, and that value I want to bring. Input you have got x I want to bring here. Then format I want to bring y here. Is that right? So let me check one more time. Text. So you want to, I don't have anything text here. Format price, price is there. So just format of x. So I am not format of x and format of y. In that order it should be. So let me try here. Shift 67, 56, 67, 56. It did not bring. In this position I want to bring that order 3. So dx comma y. So you have 3 variables you have taken, and that you should format and show. So 67, 56, 56 disappeared. So whether this is format is correct? No. My order format. Print. So in this position, double quote, okay, this has to be some text, huh? So what I will do is I will ask it to be text. is equal to. So this is the text. You want to print this text. Print text dot format dot format. There you have x comma y. So let me try this. So there are so many things. So 67, 56. Yes, we have achieved it. Okay. So if you want to format, first you have to take it in an object. The object dot format you have to say. Now the important thing, can I add these two numbers, x and y? The answer is no. I cannot add. For example, if I try to add, so I will say that c is equal to x plus y. Suppose if I do like that and try to print c, so it will not allow me to print, or there will be an error. For example, here you see 67, 21. So your first number was 67 and 21, but your addition, you see what happened, 6721. What does it mean? It has not added, but it has concatenated. Reason for that is the input numbers are always treated as strings and they are not integers. So in Python, whatever you take first input, it will be by default string. Now if you don't want to be a string, then you have to typecast to the required data type. Okay. For example, here I don't want x to be treated as a string. Then what I should do? I should convert this into integer by typecasting. Okay. So what I do here is, anyway, I have printed C. Here when I am taking it as D, suppose. Now I will take this as integer. I will ask it to treat it as integer. I am typecasting x plus I also have to typecast y value. Then I will see print. Print what? D. Okay. Now let me try. Typecasting x and typecasting y. So I have wrongly typecasted. So I should do int of x. So this is the correct way of typecasting. So what we'll do? Int y is equal to d. Now you run 67, 21. See now, the earlier addition was string addition. Now later we are finding it to be the proper addition. 67 plus 21 is 88. So because we typecasted it to be integers, then it becomes a mathematically relevant expression. So we got the proper answer, what we expect as a sum of 67 and 21. So here a couple of points are clear for us: how to input a number or how to input the data, and how to format the data, and what is the importance of the input. It is always a by default string, and how to convert into a proper data type is int. Now if you want to know the data type of that, you can ask what is a c dot d type, or you can say type c, type of c. it will tell you string. See, then type D if you want. Simply say type of D. Sorry. So it is an integer data type. So you can always use the type function to know uh, the type of the data type. Okay, so if you want to know X, now X has been typecasted. The latest type of X is integer. Okay, and this, yeah, still X is integer because after typecasting it has been used for addition. So similarly, type of Y is again string. Shift enter. Fine. So this is about this. Now let me discuss a little bit, modify this program. Let us talk about writing a function to add two numbers entered from the keyboard. Entered from the keyboard. Okay, there's a spelling mistake. Entered from the keyboard. Okay, keyboard is not two words, it is a single word. Fine. So let us do this. So objective is to define a function. So I'm bringing in the new concept as to how to define a function. So in Python, to define a function, there is a diff, and then the function name. So here you have to write the function name. What we are doing is add two numbers. This is the name of my function. And these two numbers are coming from the keyboard. So let me take them x comma y. Okay. These two numbers will come. So you have to write the colon. When you colon, then indent will come here. So two numbers x and y are coming. You have to add them. So when you take them, they will be you pass 5 and 6. Internally 5 and 6 are to be given to. Basically what it should ask is you call the simply these two. It will not take any argument, but it will ask for the arguments. Okay, that is how we are going to write. So it will ask x is equal to input or enter. It will ask print enter the first number. Then you are taking that number and assigning it to x is equal to. Now here itself I will typecast the number. So what I will do is int of whatever input you take, I will convert that into integer and use it. Similarly, I will ask to enter the second number. Print enter the second number. Okay, so he is entering the second number. Now I will read that second number. So I will convert this into integer prior because it is available in the string when you take it as input. So I will make the arrangements priorly. So y is an integer now. Now you want to add them. So your addition is stored, suppose, in uh, some variable z is equal to x plus y. Right? Then this function will return the value. Return z. Okay. So this is the Python program I have written to sum, and if you don't want to return z, then you can add a print value also. If you want to print the sum, you can print the sum, or if you want to return the value, you can return the value. Okay. So as you like. So let me return z and then use it in the new function for printing. Okay. So it has run. Now I have to call that function, add two numbers. If I call this function, it will ask enter the first number. 3. It will ask second number, entered. Name z is not defined, it is telling. So no need of a z minus it is. So it is to be calculated as z is equal to. Okay. So let me execute it once again. Shift enter. This cell I will delete. This I will return. So here I will take it in t is equal to add numbers. Add two numbers. So this is a method without any argument. Then I will call print t. Print t. Now I will run this cell. 6, 7, 13. You see, it has done properly. Instead, instead of returning z, you could have made a printing there itself. The function will print the answer and come out. That also we can do it. For example, if I copy the same code here and execute, it will do the work. Okay. So this is just for testing the initial recording. Let me see how it has recorded. I'll stop my recordings now and check how it has gone so far.